Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've done a Mortal Kombat 11 tier list, and the game has changed so much over time. So here's my updated tier list for MK11. This is including the DLC packs we've got from Ultimate and Combat Packs 1 and 2. So enjoy. Okay guys, so this is my updated tier list for Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Well, a lot's changed since the original release back in 2016 now. That seems crazy to me that we're going into so long with this game. And every day I feel like I'm learning something new. So, without further ado, I'm going to get to my tier list. And now, normally people would go from highest to lowest. I am going to go from lowest to highest because that just seems easier for me to do it that way. So, let's start with some of the lowest characters right now. Cassie Cage, I'm going to put in the worst tier. She's a D. I have no idea what they did to this character, honestly. Her moves are kind of slow and do no damage, and it's really annoying because she was one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat X, and I'm just not sure what they did. I can't put my finger on it. It's one of those things where I just do not enjoy playing this character. I've tried. Hasn't stopped me from trying, but she's really hard to master, and she's definitely not the most accessible character of the bunch. So I'm gonna have to give Cassie my first worst spot. Let's see who's gonna be joining her next. I have to say it, and it's the elephant in the room. RoboCop. RoboCop for me. I thought he was going to be cool to have in the game, but it just turns out he's slow and lumbering and not fun to play with. I understand if you're a zoner, RoboCop can be played at a relatively decent level. But for me, he doesn't have a good flow, which kind of takes me out of the game a little bit, and it's just super annoying. Super annoying. So, for that reason, he's going in the bottom tier with Cassie. Okay. The next person going into the bottom tier is Aaron Black. What can be said? His combat style just doesn't fit mine. And that's another thing I have to say, guys. These are opinions of my own. And let's try and be as civil to each other as we can in the comment section. Because I realize that this game is very, very polarizing in terms of, oh well, I like this character and screw your opinion if you don't know. That's not how this works. That's not That's not how any of this works. My opinions are my own. You have excuse me. You have every right to disagree and constructively criticize my opinions, but my opinions are my own. that that said, let's continue. And the last person in the D tier is none other than Devora. I understand. Some people, I don't know how you do it, but you must have the patience of saints. Some people love this character. I have tried. I picked her up for a little bit just to kind of see how people were winning, and yeah, she has her moments, and I thought custom variations might help my opinion. Just as some people that were in my worst tier in the beginning when I did a tier list kind of changed, and I'm going to go further into that as we go along. But as of right now, Devora is still at the bottom of that list. And finally, I'm just gonna throw her in there. Perhaps I have to learn more, but for now, we're gonna go with Frost, because I can't get a hang of her. She's very hard for me to understand. I'm a rushdown type of character. Type of fighter. And I like those types of characters. So right away you're going to see characters like Jax and Baraka and a few others in my higher up lists. It's just a matter of where they end up on the list. So right away we have Cassie, Robocop, Aaron Black, Devora, and Frost on the low tier list. Those are the low tier gods. See what I did there? Alright. Now, on to the okay bunch. I'm gonna put Scarlet in here. She was in my top tier in the first tier video that I did. They've really nerfed her since then, and on a fun scale, she is kind of boring. You can't really combo a lot of stuff. A lot of her stuff does not look swaggy enough, at least to me. I want to really be able to uppercut somebody and then follow up with the blood whip, but the game won't let me do that for some reason. And it looks like there is enough time, rather, to execute an uppercut into blood whip. It's not there, and it's kind of annoying. Okay, moving right along. We're gonna go with wow. Jackie Briggs. Jackie is not a character that I normally use, but when I do use her, she's quite effective, and it's looking like I might want to pick her up again at some point. She's got a lot of grapple stuff, but her neutrals are pretty good. She's very kicky, and I like people who use a lot of kicks. Hence why I like Johnny, and I like Hwoarang and Tekken games. I like, Liu Kang is a pretty kick-based character. So she's pretty good with that. And I'm also a very, very big MMA fan, and anyone that uses Muay Thai, I'm gonna try and keep using. But moving right along. Now, who else goes in this okay thing? I'm gonna put Spawn in the okay. I enjoy using him offline, but online, competitively, I can't get a win. He's too slow, number one, to execute any type of substantial combo. The only thing I do is really the machine guns, and sometimes the final phantasm, which is where you summon the necroplasm to remove the skin of your opponent. And yeah, he's okay. He's okay. I'd like him to be a little faster and do a little bit more damage. That's just for me. So yeah, Spawn is in the C tier. Up next, a character that I never use. I never ever use, but I can't put her in the worst tier because I've seen people do absolutely crazy things. We're talking about Cetrion. Cetrion is very, very, very zone based, but I've also seen people do incredible amounts of damage in close, and for the life of me, I don't know how. So Cetrion for me is a C. Moving right along, and this is a blow to my pride because I love the 1995 film and I love the character, but this moving into the okay tier is none other than Shang Tsung. And again, it comes down to me being a rushdown character. He doesn't have a lot of rushdown capabilities. He's not great in close. It seems like he does a majority of his damage from further away unless you're using the Soul Steel, in which you can literally have your opponent's fatal blows as well as his own. So he's got damage potential. He's alright by himself. But it kills me because I love Kari Tagawa, Shang Tsung, and it was awesome that he got an inclusion, but not my cup of tea in terms of a character. Moving right along. We have 2 more in the okay. Actually, 3 more in the okay tier. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way now. The Terminator. He's just okay. The reason he's just okay is his moves are grapple based a lot of the time. I mean, sure, you've got the guns, but his uppercut range, which is just a shotgun blast to the chin, is very, very short in radius. And the hitbox on that, they have to be so close to you in order to make that happen. And he's got good neutrals, but again, he's more of a grappler, and for me, it's very dangerous getting in close to execute a grab, because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna take your throw. And when they take your throw, they know you're probably gonna go for it again at some point, so you really, really, really have to alter your strategy. So that's why Terminator is in the C. He's in the C tier. So we have 2 more, and I'm at a crossroads with these, because I started to learn this character this afternoon. This video will likely go up either the next day or the day after. So as of the making of this video, I've tried to use this individual, and it's not fun. So I'm gonna go with Sindel on the OK list. She's got good stuff in close, but she's got better stuff from further away. And for me, again, that's harder to execute, being that I'm a rushdown guy, and I like to get in the face of the opponent. I like to make them uncomfortable. When they want space, all I want to do is close it. So Sindel really doesn't fit that mold for me, and it's really, really, really tough. Yeah, so Terminator and Sindel are in the OK tier. We've got 2 more, and one of them will be an extremely controversial pick, honestly. Okay, so Nightwolf, man, Nightwolf is a mixture of grappler and zone, I want to say. Doesn't do a lot of damage from in close. He has his Rhino charge, but again, if you guys have watched my videos for a long time, or if you just started watching them, I have issues with back and forth motions, because you need to be really absolute with those inputs, and someone like me that has cerebral palsy, I have trouble making that left and right go absolutely straight. My thumb wants to naturally go in a diagonal direction, and it's really tough. So that is why Nightwolf, for me, I don't use them that much, and I will not use him that much. So that is why he is a C. Okay, so this is the controversial one. I know I'm going to catch a ton of hate for this, and I am fully expecting it. So bring it on. I'm gonna put Rain in the okay tier. And it's for that exact reason that I was just speaking about. He's got a lot of back forward motions, and it's just not an accessible character for me. I can win with him, I can fake it until I make it, but there comes a time where faking it is just not good enough. If they had an edit input option in MK11 where all my moves don't have to be back forward motions, or at least the important ones, Rain would be at the top of the list, but he's not. So he goes into the C tier as our final character. You know what? No, we got one more. Kotal Khan, because this man gets dunked on all the time. Cool sounding character. Very, very cool. But not great to play. I can do damage, but only when I'm in close. He's another case of all or nothing. If you get in close, you're gonna do great, and that works for me because I'm a rush down guy. But sometimes when you're playing, you have to change up your strategy a bit, and Cardinal makes it hard. So for that, I'm giving him a C. Alright, now let's move on to the B tier. And there are a lot of B tier players here. I'm gonna start this one out with someone, for me, that was A tier when I got the game at first. And that person is... Hold on, I have to bring this up, and then... Oh, no. Okay. B tier. This was someone that was A tier for me, but they've changed so much since then, since adding the custom variations. They've changed some of the damage scaling, so Jade is now going to end up in my B tier. And B tier, for me, are people that I play if I have lost a set with someone that is in the A or S tier, and I need a win. I can get a win with Jade based on her down 2 alone and her nitro kick. So, Jade is a very accessible character. She has a lot of down forward motions and down back, and those just work naturally for me. I don't feel like I have to buff out my inputs. So yeah, Jade, you're B tier. You're not demoted, but you're okay. Next character. I'm just gonna tell you right now before I drag him in there. Fujin is in my B tier. Fujin is very, very projectile heavy, but his projectiles are easy to do. He's got the warped needle, which I continue to say is a reference to Game of Thrones. He's got the wind kicks, which I used to carry somebody into the corner. My combo for the wind kicks to get them to come out religiously is dive kick, and then I put in the input for the wind kicks. It not only does good damage, but it's a corner carry, and so it's a really easy way to get someone trapped in the corner and get ready to go on offense if they don't know what they're doing. So Fujin is in the B tier. B tier continued. Is Collector. I haven't used a lot of Collector, but he's got some really, really cool command grab stuff. Like his main command grab, you can start a neutral combo and then quickly do the command grab, and that will result in a ton of damage. Who's next? Okay tier. B tier. Shao Kahn. Why? He is a rushdown character, it's true. But to be an effective rushdown character, you need speed, and Shao Kahn doesn't have any of that. He is just slow. And with his stature, you would kind of expect that. Yeah, so right off the bat, Khan ends up in the B tier because you can do good damage, but they have to be in the corner on the ropes, looking crazy, trying to figure out what to do. I'm gonna put this next character in there, and right off the bat, you're gonna know that in my first tier making video, this person was in my worst, and that is Kano. Kano, I've started to pick up a little bit more frequently because of the custom variations. The custom variations have changed the way I've structured my tiers dramatically. In essence, putting into effect what I said before, where you can change the input of some of the character moves. So if I know that I don't want any back-forward motions, I can then tailor the moveset to my ability, and that's what I've done with Kano. The only thing I haven't changed is Kano's Kano Ball, because certain moves, for me, are a staple to have. And I can't see playing Kano without the Kano Ball. It's just not possible. So, for me, Kano is now in the B tier. He's a good character. You just need to take your time and master him because he's not easy to learn. Okay, so as it stands right now, we have Jade, Fujin, Collector, Shao Kahn, and Kano. And actually, I'm gonna do some moving. Kano, Collector is gonna go down to the OK, and Rain is gonna come up into the good because of basically what I just said about Kano. Is the fact that you can tailor the moveset to your liking. Alright, the next person in the OK list is Garrus. Garrus is a grappler. He does a lot of damage. His grabs do a lot of damage. His backwards grab where he chops you in the neck can crushing blow and can cause a lot of life lost. So, very, very powerful, but very, very, slow to pull off. So you'll find difficulty in that. But, I do want to take the time to learn Garrus. His neutral game suffers quite a bit, but his grapples and his sand traps make him a very formidable foe if in the right hands. So that's why Garrus is in the good tier. And we've got three more characters in the three more characters in the good. So Cabal, fast, strong, a lot of crushing blow opportunities, but some of his iconic moves, again, not accessible. So the back forward motions kind of kill the momentum for me. So that's why Cabal is there. But once you get some damage going with Cabal, and you bring somebody in using the hook swords, and Cabal is one of those characters with a crushing blow out of a throw, then, this guy is the limit for this character. But, we'll wait for some more nerfs and buffs for these characters to see if they do Cabal any sort of justice. Anyway. And last but not least, in the good tier, I'm gonna have to go with Melina on this one. Melina, super fun. And that's all I'll say. She's super fun. She has all of her classic moves in there. But I don't know what it is about her. I just find her to be okay. Like, she's nothing to write home about. And I know That's gonna anger a lot of, whoa, RIP headphone users, I'm sorry. That's gonna anger a lot of Melina fans, but I just find her to be okay. Sure, she's got the roll. Sure, she's got the the dive kicks, but those moves are highly punishable, and if you do not land them, you could be in a world of hurt depending on who your opponent chooses. So that's why, for me, she's just good. They have good damage when you can land them, but when you don't, you're in trouble. Okay, now we're into the nitty gritty. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm gonna get this right out of the way. Let's address the elephant in the room. Scorpion is a great character. I haven't mastered him yet, but those that have can do some mad damage with this dude. This dude is angry. So yeah. Scorpion is in the A tier. Also in the A tier, I'm going to go ahead and put another guest character in the A tier. So in the A tier, we have the Joker. A ton of combo damage. You can get away with button mashing with this character. It's kind of annoying. Super annoying. But you can get away with button mashing, and you can do some crazy damage. But if you don't know how to use them, you are in trouble. Because Joker's good, but he's not necessarily autopilot. He's very, you need to know what you're doing. Okay, moving right along. And for me, this is a no-brainer. I use this character quite a bit online, and he's fun. He's a blast. So I'm gonna go with Noob Saibot. Essentially, I was speaking about autopilot characters. He really is. He's got an easy grab. Just down up is the teleslam. It's one of the easiest moves in the game, but the only thing stopping him from being S tier is the fact that the condition that his fatal blow needs to be used. It takes a lot. It takes long to execute, and it's easy to block. Just duck and hold block, and you're safe from that. Also, the issue is with the teleslam, all you have to do is duck low and punish with an uppercut, and you probably will initiate the uppercut KB. So it's not that difficult to do. Katana. What can be said about Katana? She's fast. You can keep your opponents at a distance with the fans. That's what I like to do. but when you let her in close, she can also be dangerous. She's got the fan sharpening input, which gives a damage buff on anything to do with the fans. So yeah, that's why she's a great character. She's fast, and she can whittle your life away very quickly if you let her. So that's how Princess Katana ends up where she ends up. And I recall opening this video by saying there will be a shock as to who ends up in the A tier from the D tier, and that person is Raiden. I hated Raiden in the first iteration of the game without the custom variations. I hated the character with a fiery passion. The trouble is, they fixed him with custom variations, and it's super awesome. So I think my Raiden has the shockwave, which is where he takes his staff and slams it to the ground. Hold on, I can easily turn on my system and tell you what I have. Alexa, go to HDMI 2. The joys of personal assistance. So yeah, let me boot up MK11 and tell you exactly what I have as Raiden's moves. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. Okay. So Raiden has I wish I could insert elevator music. Raiden has the what's his stuff? Raiden has the Storm Cell, which is great, Electric Burst, and Electric Current. Neither of those are back forward motions. In fact, they're all down forward and a button, and I'm able to make Raiden one of the most accessible characters ever for me, and I've honestly taken to making this character into one of my mains. He's another one that I go to if I need a win and I end up losing with somebody that's in my S tier, and I'm loving it. I'm honestly loving it. So the custom variations have really saved Raiden for me, for sure. Alright, moving right along. We have two more, and then we will be making up my S tier with the remainder. So we have Baraka, just a high damage high-speed grunt. He's super awesome and really, really deserves the accolade. We actually have 2 more people in the A tier. So, Baraka, and then let's round that tier out with the special forces. They're gonna take up the last 2 spots in the A tier. Sonya's great, very fast and very strong. Her armbar abilities, just her mixed martial arts holds, super effective, and it makes her super fun to play. Jax is the epitome of the rushdown character, and there's just one move I wish I could learn, and that's how to keep pounding your opponent's head into the ground, initiating that crushing blow. I'll never know how to get it. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, Sonya and Jax round out the A tier. Now, we're down to the nitty gritty, and there are only a few more characters. So we are working on the S tier now. And right away, I'm gonna start it off with the champion of champions, Liu Kang. Liu Kang is a very easy, accessible character to use. For me, has a lot of combo potential, and I love it. Liu Kang is that character for me that you would discover some really, really broken stuff in the game, but you don't care because it's fun. So Liu Kang ends up on my list. The dragon kick is fun to use. The bicycle kick, the fireballs, all that. It's crazy. Now next is Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is very, very fun to use, but he's super difficult to master. I think I'm pretty close to mastering this character. Like, his moveset is just so fun, and I can pretty much get the ice ball and the ice shards pretty frequently. It's a lot of fun, and it's very, very frustrating for my opponents, which is super, super awesome, because I bathe in the salt of their tears. So I'm going to put a guest character in the S tier, and that is John Rambo. John Rambo is super fun. He's a neutral god. His neutrals are great. His hand combo ends in an overhead, so it's very hard, very, very hard to block. Lots of great combos with the knife. He's got the mace trap. He's got the tripwire. He's got the claymore. He's got the M60. What more do you want from John Rambo? That is quintessential right there. So, yeah, John Rambo, you're S tier, brother. So yeah, that being said, let's move on Kung Lao, a character very rare that I've used since day one. Very strong, very fast, and I think maybe even faster than Liu Kang. I might be wrong. But, honestly, Lao has not changed. Lao is very fast. It's very hard to know when it's your turn to push a button. And that's pretty okay to me. So, yeah, Kung Lao earns his spot in the pantheon of the S tier, right? So we have 2 characters left, and Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is kicky. He's fast. His punches are great. Damage output is super, super awesome. And he's just funny. He really is. He's just funny. Yeah, check out Johnny if you haven't. If you're a beginner just starting out, Johnny is a good character to learn. And finally, this character needs 0 introduction. I'm just gonna put her in there. Shiva, I'm not gonna go into a lengthy discussion. All I'm gonna say is Dragon Stomp. That's it. That is it. Those are the words. Anyway, guys, if you like my tier list, please let me know down in the comments. If you don't like my tier list, constructively tell me why, where I went wrong, and yeah, just let me know. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe for more, and let me know how you would change my tier list. You can go make your own on tiermaker.com. I will leave that link in the description down below. I'm the one-handed gamer. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later. Well, there's my tier list for Mortal Kombat 11 after custom variations have been added and things like that. Please let me know down in the comments below whether you agree or disagree with my picks, and let me know the reasons why. Please remember, these are my opinions and mine alone, so if you have any criticism, please let them be constructive and not malicious. Thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.